Good morning, well not good morning, good evening. Welcome back to another edition of An Orchid A Day. Honestly, today I wasn't going to film. I sort of struggled with that all day, with what to film, and I didn't want to be so mundane in my footage. Although many of you give me feedback every day, sometimes just as I walk around, to my eye it would be boring, even though it isn't really boring because I'm out here 2 or 3 times a day. But I got a new orchid in the mail today, and it inspired me. Really gave me something to talk about. It's really not a new orchid to my collection. I've only had one before this. It had bloomed for me several years and really had fallen in love with this orchid. This is another ANGRAECUM. This is subulatum, and this is very tangled, but it is a vining. It's very long once I get it untangled, and it also branches off in each direction, and that creates another vine. I first saw this plant, it was at St. Louis Botanical Garden. It was during one of their shows, and one of their vendors had little divisions of this. Well, they were big divisions. Well, not big, but they were long divisions, and they were probably $5. And I only got one, and as soon as I got home, I wished I had bought all of them that they had, because within a matter of weeks after me receiving the plant, it started to bloom. Now, this plant, this is the picture of the blooms, and it can bloom a couple times a year or off and on throughout the year. I'm not sure what precipitates the plant. It is watered pretty much year round, likes warm temperatures. You can see it's an epiphytic orchid in dense forests up to 700 millimeters, so that means it is a fairly low altitude plant. Gets good amounts of sun. I grow it alongside my Paphiopedilums. Again, it says it flowers from May to June and also from November to December, and it's from those particular areas. Yeah, I will post another picture of my plant that I had with some of my blooms, because I really do love it. There is no fragrance, and they are very, very small blooms, but like I said, they are a surprise when you do notice the buds, but the buds are so minute that as soon as you see them and move on, you forget about them, which I think is a good thing for me, because the minute that you see a bud on a plant, you are immediately drawn to it, and you sort of tend to fuss over it a little bit, I think. And there again, with these being smaller buds, it's a lot easier to screw them up, or just F them up, if I want to be honest, as far as, fooling around with them too much, and then all of a sudden you notice that you've knocked the plant over and knocked the bud off, or something stupid like that. And so therefore, when you see the bud or notice it and you walk away from the plant, you forget it because it's small and minute. You don't constantly see it. Therefore, you don't pick at it. You don't mess with it. You don't fuss with it. And so then when it blooms again, it's like, bam, you remember it all over again, and you're amazed by just, because these plants can bloom, have lots of flowers on it at one time, can be a nice show. But my plant succumbed to the coldness that it had been receiving in the winter, particularly this last winter, and just lost a lot of its leaves and roots, and it just slowly deteriorated. So I went back to Missouri Botanical Garden this spring looking specifically for that plant, but the vendor was not there. They did not have, well, the vendor was there, but they did not have any of this plant. So, and the ones online that I have been seeing were very puny. I mean, literally like this size of a plant, which I don't know about you, but when you're used to having a plant that's this size and then you get a smaller one, it's beyond frustrating. It's like you're taking a step back. So, I've been waiting to find one that was worthy of me looking at and buying. So this certainly caught my eye, and I'm so glad that I have it. especially because I know that it's coming up on its bloom season. So yeah, that is, again, ANGRAECUM subulatum. So again, folks, if you've enjoyed my videos, or if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to my channels and hit the notifications so you know when my videos are coming. And thanks for watching. Bye.